Okay, so I thought what we'd do today is try something a bit more spontaneous. So this is another no-budget film review. I'm not going to be breaking it down quite as much as the feature videos. Just want to see how this works, a kind of live reaction to some of the stuff that I get sent. And this film is called In the Company of Grief by director David Hart. So without any further ado, let's get watching. So look, for this, I think I'm going to be saying a lot of my decisions that I would make. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not, to kind of impose myself on your film. But I know we start with the wide shot of the guy. Maybe it would have added more intrigue to kind of start with the tea, so that then I guess we got that kind of element of mystery, because I don't know if the first shot is needed as the first shot. I mean, it's a nice shot, but do we need it? Nice opening, though. I do really appreciate that you didn't have any dialogue there, and I think as an audience member, I clearly know what's going on. You set up with the text scroll at the start that this was a film about grief, and the pouring away of the coffee from the mum mug kind of told us all we need to know. That I haven't seen any more of this, but I'm assuming the mum has passed away, and you know, this is obviously a relative, probably the son. And he didn't say a single word there. I think that's great visual storytelling.
Patrick, was told I'd find you in here.
Joanne?
That's right, yeah. St Andrews. I worked with Sam. You probably don't remember this, but we worked together once at the summer fair.
Tambola.
Yeah. You remember? I'm so sorry for your loss.
You know what I really like about this is that, as well as the actors here seeming to be very, very good, they're leaving a lot of space between the dialogue, which I think just helps out massively in the edit, and also just really a lot of people don't do. They kind of rush through it, and I don't know whether it's an actor's thing or a director's thing, but a lot of times people just rush through the dialogue, or it feels rushed when you look back on it. And this just seems really natural. This seems like a woman talking to a man who's just recently suffered a death in the family.
I've been in Scotland. Got stuck there with this whole situation, and I saw it online. The school had posted that she'd passed. She was an amazing woman. It's probably a silly question, but how are you doing?
And look, we could chalk up all of this conversation at this point to exposition. But the good thing is that this feels really natural. So it doesn't feel like forced exposition. It feels like this person really cares about Patrick and wants to know if he's okay. And asking about his mother kind of eases him into the conversation about it. So not only is it exposition, but it shows that this female character cares about Patrick.
Taking each day as it comes.
And this may seem like a really small thing, but the picking up of the drink, again, just adds more screen time, adds more tension if your dialogue is going somewhere, which this is. So, again, I can't put enough emphasis on taking your time with the dialogue, if not only for the editor's sake.
Stuck at home in lockdown.
Lockdown was crap.
Now there's another one.
I don't confess to know what it must be like to lose a partner. I don't know if you know, but I split up with mine. So I slightly get the loneliness. Sorry, I'm being insensitive. The last thing that you want is somebody coming in here and bringing it all up.
And look how simple this scene is. It's just flicking between two over-the-shoulder shots. But the actors are doing all the work for this, and the script, obviously. It just feels really natural. This feels like two extremely damaged and hurt people talking to each other with as much care as they can muster in this horrible time. And it's interesting to watch.
I'll take a bitter or Guinness or something.
Great. I mean, good. Right. I'll go and get us one.
So I think we have a really strong opening there. If not only speaking for the actors and the script. That was brilliant. But I mean, also the cinematography. I think really nice work. Didn't do anything more than it needed to do, which is perfect for this kind of film. And it feels like the kind of film that's all about the actors. And I like that. I am noticing that there are some shaky shots in some of these cutaways, which feel very relevant to the story, which is good for the cutaways. The shakiness feels like they were done as coverage, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, speaking specifically to this director. It feels like you shot them as maybe we'll put them in and put them in later. And I think they really work, and I think it would have been really nice if they were stabilized rather than you shot them off the cuff. But I'm being really nitpicky here.
When you gone, I'm worried all day long. Baby, won't you please come home? Baby, won't you
Now, I wanted to let this play out because I wanted to see where this went. Because I like it. I like the dancing. And I think what saved it at the end was that the man went into kind of, his real present emotions overtook his memories. I think that was really powerful. The thing with the dancing is, I always think when I see something like this that it's inspired by films like Joker, where he dances in the mirror. Maybe that's not where you got this from. Maybe it's another film. I think I've seen it in other films that have been done. I think because it's so similar It feels like a scene you've lifted from somewhere else, and I could be completely wrong in that. Like I said, I think the convergence from the dance into him feeling his present emotions was a really nice touch to it, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm rambling at this point, but yeah, it feels heavily inspired by other films. But still, the performance is still in the show here. So I'm still invested, and maybe even still being a bit nitpicky.
Well, how the... Ah, come on. I'm sorry, love. Can you come over, please? Darling. I know you're busy, I get that, but please. Rachel, please. I can't get this stupid thing working.
Give it here. You got any vanish?
Any what?
Now, again, I'm going to inject myself into this film on what I would have done about that. And you may not like it, but it's just a suggestion. I think all of that phone conversation with Rachel, a character that we'd never met, could have been cut from the moment the washing machine doesn't work. I don't even think we get to the phone. Rachel's just there. You know, we know that he can't handle not being able to do these daily tasks. We know that he needs someone. So I think it would be a great thing for the audience to come to the conclusion of that he needs someone by just someone popping up and being there. And if that doesn't make sense, then I'll do a quick edit version now.
Well, how the... Ah, come on. I can't get this stupid thing working.
Give it here. You got any vanish?
Any what?
No, I don't know, and I'm not telling you how to make a film. I'm just telling you that's maybe what I would have done. Because the other part, whilst well performed, didn't necessarily feel necessary.
I'll take it home and I'll bring it back tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, sure you will.
I'm not supposed to be here. I could give it you, you know that.
I'm not bothered if I get it. One less burden. I haven't seen you in ages. You don't call anymore.
Come on, Dad.
Okay, so these two have much more of a history than I anticipated. So maybe my idea doesn't sound so great after this, but I'm still sticking to it. I think it still could have worked the other way. Whether it would have been better is completely up to you. But again, remember, I'm just a guy on the internet. I don't know everything. I probably don't know a lot.
You kept me going. Seeing a few of the old faces down the local kept me grounded from time to time. Then we were hit with another fucking lockdown.
I feel like I should have watched this straight after lockdown to be more impacted by it. I remember this being a really real thing, and not that I think any of it is fake. I just, I think this would have been a lot more impactful had I watched this immediately after lockdown, because I know a lot of people were going through this. And now it just kind of feels like forever ago that we were all, locked up in our own homes. I mean, I thought it was great, to be honest.
courage to it. He knows. She'd have been looking through anyone and she'd. Why aren't you? Your foot will trouble for me. Fucking bastard!
You know, one thing I want to point out is that was a really effective passage of time scene. You know, from just a few simple shots in different lighting conditions and probably different times of the day, we get the feel like this person has been reliving the same day, the same theme for, you know, at this point, could be months, could be years, from just a few simple shots and all that implied with the music and really the stillness and the futility of some of these shots. So, well done there.
If I stand here for a day when there's nothing left to say, if I stand here on my own, will I be ready? If I stand here for a day, drawing lines where angels play, am I looking at the one, or am I ready, son? I don't know what you want. I don't know what you...
Well, that was really nice. I think that was a really nice, heartfelt story that I think deserves a lot of praise, to be honest. The cinematography was pretty good. Acting, very good for a no-budget film. And starring John Joyce O'Keefe as Patrick, very well done. As well as Liz Thompson as Joanne. Rachel, which was the nurse. I don't think I saw enough of you to really form an opinion, but great job to all. And the director as well. If you were directing the actors there and played a prominent role in that, God, I would love to pick your brains about that, because that's something that I'm very inexperienced in. I thought the spaces in conversation were perfect, and it seemed so natural. So yeah, great job, really. I think I would like to see some more work from you, because that was impressive. And I'm not going to give it a grade because we're going to keep this casual, but I really like that. And hopefully you did too. So this was our little watch along of In the Company of Grief. Stay safe.